Good morning. Welcome to Yoga by Becca. I am Becca. I'm an older woman that does yoga to inspire other older women to stay active. So, if you'd like to learn and practice yoga along with me this morning, let's start out on our mats in hero's pose where we're sitting on top of our feet, hands lightly in our laps. Come into your breath. And then when ready, slowly lower your forehead down on the mat into child's pose. Put your arms back by your feet and just let your head rest on the mat. Release all of the tension and stress in your body from sleeping last night. And just slowly regulate your breath, breathing in deeply and out. Commit to trying to keep this breath throughout the rest of your practice. Slowly pull yourself up into tabletop position. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders, hips above your knees, and slowly rock back and forth, warming up the wrists. Move your wrists to have the fingers point towards the outside of the mat and sort of move your body left and right, introducing movement. Let your fingertips now point towards your knees, rock back and forth. Flex your toes so that when you rock back, you're also stretching out your feet and toes. Do whatever feels good to warm up your wrists, your shoulders, your elbows. Maybe bend one, then the other. Now sit up and do some wrist rolling. Grab your hands, make a fist, and rotate left and right. Now let's get back into tabletop position. Extend your left arm and your right leg out to practice stability and strength in your core. Try to keep your neck straight in alignment with your spine. Now slowly take that left hand and try to go up and over to grab your right foot. Try to push your right foot against your hand and away. Slowly release. Float your left hand back up towards the front, right to the back. Lower your right leg down. And then take your left leg out to the side like a kickstand. Right leg is extended. Let's do a side plank variation. Your right hand is up and over your head, extending and feeling a deep stretch along the side body. Your right leg is pushing away. Your right hand is pushing away. Now let's lift up and rotate our left arm to be over our head. Our right hand lightly rests on the right leg, stretching the side body. Now back to center. Lower your left hand down, right arm in the sky, and lift your right leg up. Balancing. Try to lift the right leg up a little bit higher. Now swoop it into the front of you into a half split. Your right leg is in front of you, toes flexed. Melt over top of your thigh, getting a deep stretch into this half split. If you need to extend your leg out a little further in front of you, just do whatever feels good to your body. Look up, flat back. Now rotate your foot In and out, opening up those hips. Introducing some movement, waking up the legs. Look up and then melt back down. Take that right leg in and bend it, and now we're going to do a low lunge. Arms swoop up into the sky like crescent lunge. Push your hips forward, your chest open, cactus out the arms, then bring them down and swoop them forward, up, and back, cactusing out the arms. And again, warming up the shoulders, stretching out the back muscles, waking up your back, your spine, and your arms. Now hands go down to the mat. Lift up your leg and then go to the side into a forward side center straddle, but you're facing the side of your mat. Lower your head down to the ground, resting your forearms on the mat. Your heels are slightly out more so than your toes. Now sit back on your left side, extending the leg. Switch to face the front of the mat. Extend the left leg, it floats up, and we're doing Warrior 3 prep. If you're able to balance, lift your hands up into prayer position at heart center or out to your sides. Swoop that left leg forward and through and bend over in a seated position. Now let's stand and do forward fold. Slowly roll up, hands up in the sky, swoop back down into forward fold. Widen your feet apart a little bit and grab your elbows and slowly just sway and relax into this forward fold, letting your head be heavy. Then slowly bend your knees and pull yourself up into chair position. Feeling the weight of your body being supported in your heels, breathe into this seated position, awakening your thighs, your glutes. Release, bend back down into forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift for flat back. Then melt back down into forward fold. Step your feet back into plank position. Slowly bend your elbows down into chaturanga. Lift up. Curl back up into tabletop position. Lift your knees and then transition back into downward facing dog. Curl forward into plank and then into upward facing dog. Then tuck your chin and curl backwards into downward facing dog. Widen your legs a little bit. Catch your breath and regulate your breathing into that rhythmic breathing that you decided on in the beginning of the practice. And then to totally engage our backs, catch a wave and ripple forward through to upward facing dog, and then curl back and up into downward facing dog. Do this a few times, just like you're an ocean wave. Getting as much movement into the back as possible. Awakening the entire body. Bend your knees and lower down into tabletop position. Extend your left leg out and your right arm forward. Balance. Reach back and grab your left foot, pushing your foot against your hand. Practicing balancing, keeping your core tight. Now extend the hand and your leg again. Slowly lower your hand down. Take your right leg and kick it out behind you like a kickstand. Left leg is extended, and extend the left arm out into a variation of side plank. Now reach your left hand over the head, feeling a deep, long stretch in that side body, all along the left side. Your left foot is pushing away. Now straighten up and sit up, and then take your right hand and extend it over your head in the opposite direction, your left hand laying on the left leg on the side. Now stretching the other side of your body. Now back into neutral, but then now extend down, your right hand on the mat. Your left arm and left leg raises up. Try to lengthen the body and lift the left leg even higher. Now pull that left leg through to the front of the mat into your half split. Adjust yourself however you may need. Melt your torso over the top of your left thigh, feeling a good stretch in your hamstrings. Rotate your hip and your leg in and out, left and right, introducing movement, stretching, and then lean back over that left thigh again. Pull the left foot in closer to where you're in low lunge. Raise your hands high in the air. And then slowly push your hips forward into crescent lunge. Now cactus out the arms and put them down and behind you, and then pull them back up front and up and make circles with your arms. Completely getting a great stretch in your arms, shoulders, and back muscles. Opening up the chest. Stretching and flexing all of those muscles. Now hands down beside the foot. Lift that back knee up, straighten both legs, and face the side of your mat into center forward fold, a center straddle. Your knees are slightly out more so than the toes, so you're a little pigeon-toed slightly to protect the knees. And if you can, lay your head down on the mat. Breathe in and lift up halfway, flat back. Bend the right knee and do a Skandasana. Sit down on that side. Now step forward to the front of the mat and let your right leg float up in the air, balancing on your left foot. Bend the knees slightly so it's not locked. And do Warrior 3 if you're able. I'm not very skilled in this, but I try. You can keep your fingers touching the ground, or if you have blocks, on blocks. Now take that right leg and pull it through to the front. Now stand up into forward fold. Bend the knees generously and then pull up vertebrae by vertebrae into mountain pose, hands to the sky. Swan dive back down into forward fold. Wind the legs and grab the elbows and sway in ragdoll position, letting the head and trunk be heavy. Remembering to breathe that deep, regulated breath that you decided on in the beginning of the practice. Step your feet back into plank position and hold. Slightly lean forward and then lower down, chaturanga. Pull up into downward facing dog or upward facing dog, then roll back into your downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet up, and then when ready, lower your hips down on top of your feet. Your head goes to the mat and relax in child's pose. Laying your hands at your sides down by your feet. Completely release any tension and relax your total body, letting the earth support your head. Roll your head from side to side, giving your temples and the forehead a slight massage. Now extend your hands in front of you, tent the fingers, and walk your hands back up, lifting your torso and your head. Sitting back in hero's pose. Take some moments to notice how you feel, how the energy is shifted within you and around you. And end the practice with meditation. Quiet the mind. Thank you so much, and if you found any benefit at all, I hope you'll like and subscribe.